I am Turok.
Alright everybody, PS360 back for more Turok Dinosaur Hunter, and as somebody pointed out in the thread, you can make that jump. Now, there's really not a whole lot back here, except for a small family of leapers. The entirety of the pickups that we can get you saw earlier in the level. One pack of 4 rockets, and a quiver of tech arrows over there. Now, there is a sub-area portal that'll pop up over here, just in case you need another one, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And I guess if you need the ammo, it's not so bad. Or if you happen to be really short on life force tokens. As there are some purple tokens. And these are the little caves. But on that note, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled hunt. Okay, back on track. We don't really have too much left in Turok 1, so let's jump right into the Lost Land. Kinda wonder where we've been at the rest of the game, considering that we're just now getting to the Lost Land. Thought the whole thing was the Lost Land. And our infinite lives are back. Now, let's go shake hands with our first new enemy of the level. There's gonna be a lot of them. This is the Demon. It's pretty much the upgraded version of the Ancient Warriors that we saw in some of the previous levels. They've got a ranged attack that you can see them kind of using there. They charge up a fireball, and then they let the fireball go, and it flies with us. The fireballs have a weird property that you could have kind of seen right there. We'll see a better example of it later. Essentially, the fireball is separate from the demon itself. So if you kill the demon, the fireball will still come out. Just something to be prepared for so it doesn't smack you in the face. Where the hell is this beetle? Right, well, they come in melee varieties, same as the Ancient Warriors. Melee varieties are a little bit sturdier. You could see them taking 2 shots instead of the one that the ranged one takes. And we're going to meet new enemy number 2 already. This is a raptor mech. It's a raptor with a plasma gun on its arm. And there we've got new enemy 3. We'll come back to new enemy 3. The plasma gun just gives the raptor mech a ranged weapon. It shoots kind of like our plasma gun, except at a slower rate of speed. Raptor mechs have a little more health. Otherwise, they're raptors. These plants, however, are dormant until we get close enough to them. At which point they wake up and start throwing thorns at us. If you can, as you saw me doing there, you really want to try to approach them from the side to wake them up. Otherwise, they're just gonna bite you, they'll get in free damage. No one likes free damage against themselves. Let's jump in the first sub-area. This grenade launcher kind of implies that they want us to use a grenade launcher in here, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. So let's use something that shoots straight, like an arrow. Because we're getting sniped from 4 different locations as soon as we step into this little oasis-y area. I'm out of tech arrows. Well, it's not like I'm going to have many opportunities to use the regular arrows again. Or the handgun for that matter. Well, why not? Let's show it a little love. These 4 demons that are up top are tied to pillars that raise up. We kill a demon, a pillar on each side raises. We can't get to our final prize of this area until all 4 pillars are raised. We get some other prizes. We get these 2 hells. We already picked up the grenade launcher, picked up the tech armor already. There's grenades scattered around the edges too, which kind of further implies we should have been using the grenade launcher, but as you can see, arcing a grenade up there is not exactly the easiest thing to do. And I found it to be not exactly easy, that one might have hit, to try to find the right arc while aiming the weapon in general, while getting shot at by the demons up top. And it's much easier to just pick pretty much any other gun and know exactly where you're shooting ahead of time. But with that ultra health, that's pretty much everything we can get in this area. So let's just leave it behind and head off to slightly browner pastures. There's not really a lot of green left in this game, I don't think. Probably all the campaigners doing. Those aliens probably aren't helping either. Which is... where did he... oh. These aliens are tied to the pillars that you see in the middle. You can see one off in the distance that's raised up. As we kill the aliens, the pillars rise. So we pretty much just need to wander around the edge and take out all the aliens. So that big pillar there has a teleporter on top of it. And we're not going to be able to get to that teleporter unless we've got every pillar raised up. I'm not really sure if these ones on the pillars just have an odd line of sight command attached to them, meaning they won't see you unless you pass a certain threshold, even if they really should be able to see you, because they don't really do anything. I mean, unless this counts as hiding behind the plant. But with the last alien down, we got all the pillars up, and we've got a nifty little staircase, which for some reason always gave me all sorts of trouble as a kid. Maybe it's just because they don't show up on the map and that was kind of intimidating for me, but I don't know. I pretty much always died here at least once. They're not even really that difficult of jumps. If you remember what I was saying about the demons being able to still finish launching the fireball, or rather the fireball still finishing after the demon dies, you could see examples of it here. Yeah, kind of like that. These things, as near as I can tell, are completely invincible in their dormant state. I'm going to pump a bunch of grenades into it here just to kind of illustrate it, but in one of my practice runs, I pumped 200 grenades into it, then 24 rockets, then 19 explosive shells, 40 shotgun shells, and a couple of rounds out of the chronoceptor just for good measure. Nothing happened. I'm pretty convinced they just don't take damage until they wake up. Now let's head into this, obviously not an arena, and meet new enemy number 5, which is pretty much a living tank. Triceratops has rocket launchers on it. Guy riding it with a machine gun, just in case we're running a little fast for the rockets to catch up. And if we get too close to it, it'll just try to gore us with its horns. Maybe this is just me overthinking it, but I feel like the Triceratops takes location-specific damage. Because I feel like that frill on the front makes it take less damage from the front, and you need to aim for the sides. That's got a fun death animation. Crushing the rider and all. But its death brings in these little platforms that we can use to jump over to the other side, but they're kind of a pain to jump up. So we're just going to ignore them in lieu of this climbable wall. I mean, the climbable wall does have a couple of purlin waiting at the top of it for us. Ooh, and a sub-area. Oh, we've already been here. Oh, never mind. It's got 3 purlin waiting at the top for us, which don't seem to have spawned in. I guess the trigger for them was in that first bottleneck we came into that area from after we climbed up the wall and picked up the auto shotgun there. And since we just kind of ran from there into the sub area and got teleported to a different location, the purlin haven't spawned in yet. Oh well. Come on. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. There we go. Oh, we might as well add to our purlin trophy collection. And we've got the grenades to spare. It's not like purlin are dangerous at this point. Ow. As evidence clearly shows, our most dangerous enemies ourselves. So let's take this free tech arbor and try to protect ourselves from us a little better, I guess. We're just going to ignore those completely. We can get to the other side of there a different way. If you notice that purple area on the map there, it's tied to this switch down here. We hit that switch, and the wall where that purple area is at lowers. Easy to miss if you're not paying attention, and there's a couple of goodies back here. This is definitely the preferred way to go. I mean, all we have to contend with is these beetles. We can ignore that Triceratops completely if we want to. We do take a giant beetle to the face, and I can't imagine that that's a pleasant feeling. But it's definitely easier to deal with than the Triceratops. Now, I mentioned before that these guys are kind of an upgraded version of the Ancient Warriors. And if you remember, the Ancient Warriors had shamans. So demons have demon lords. Which is pretty much exactly the same as a shaman, except for more damage, more health. It even has the exact same 2 attacks. Except its homing attack is red instead of blue. With another ultra health, that should put us 250 health, I think. Plus 50 armor. Doing pretty good. Right there's where it would have taken us if we'd have jumped up those tiny rocks. Not worth it, really. Oh, it's been a while since we've seen this gimmick. Ow! Jesus! Did that just do 50 armor and 50 health to us? I mean, I guess it's got to take out those whatever they fall on in one hit, but so much for armor. Easy come, easy go, I guess. Well, you'll notice these like pillar walkways that have life forces on them. It's not worth it. Especially since we can't pick up the life forces anyway. As near as I can tell, that jump you have to wait until you're in midair. Otherwise you won't make it to the other side. Maybe a diagonal jump will do it otherwise, but you can just fall off the cliff slightly. We're going to take a break on that note, because this level pretty well wrecked me. Repeatedly. So we're going to join the hunt next time.